actually talking about the biggest myth in network marketing. We are going to reveal it tonight. We are going to unveil it. We are going to talk about it and lay the truth out there on the table. There is this misconception oftentimes that for you to be successful in network marketing, for you to go to the top, for you to be, a marquee leader in your company, that you've got to sponsor the world, that you have to have like hundreds of people that you bring into the business. And you know what? It's sad, but there's a lot of people that think that, and there's a lot of people that even market that and advertise that as that's what they did. But I'm here to tell you, you do not need to bring everybody in the brother into your business, okay? All we're looking for is a couple of key people. What I have found in my experience over the last 10 years being in this profession is that if you can get somewhere between 10 and 40 personally sponsored distributors over a 2-year period that can take you to the top of your company. Now, what makes the difference between 10 or 40? Let's talk about it, okay? First and foremost, I just want to let you know that you don't have to bring in hundreds of people to be a raving success. You can make a 6-figure income residually with a handful of good people, okay? So we're going to talk about how can you do that. Well, there's a phrase that I want you to remember, and if you're not driving, feel free to write it down. Here's what it is. If you bring quality, they will bring quantity. You don't need to have tons and tons of people that you personally sponsor frontline, but a couple of marquee players. What they found is that typically, if you look at people that have made 6 and 7 figures in network marketing, the majority of their income comes down to like 2 or 3 key leaders that their business was grown through. They worked through a friend who worked through a friend who worked through a friend who worked through a friend. And so it's not like you need hundreds and hundreds of people that you personally sponsor frontline. So what do we need to do to be successful? Okay, so we're going to talk about 3 specific things that's going to help you. You're like, hey, if I don't need hundreds, how do I get the right people on board? Okay, so 3 specific things for that. The first thing is that you've got to sponsor up. Okay, what most people will do when they come into our business is, let's say they make their list of like 25, 50, 100 people, and they're like, yay, I'm gonna go through my people, I'm gonna talk to them, I'm gonna share with them what I have, which is awesome. But typically what they'll do is they'll start with the people that make them, they're really comfortable. Like they're like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to this person, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get in. And while I'm all for that, where you're going to get the action, where you're going to get the juice, where you're going to get the energy and the excitement is by sponsoring up, by sponsoring people that make you a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, so like if you get sweaty palms talking to them, you're a little nervous in your stomach, or you're just like, I know they would be amazing, but what do I say? How do I start? All of these kind of questions. Those are the key people that you want to be talking to. People that have maybe done something like this before. People that are leaders of something. Maybe they lead a business. Maybe they lead a team, a football team, a coaching staff, whatever. Maybe they're a leader in your church. People that understand and have leadership qualities already. Perfect people that we want to talk to. If we had a scale here, and if it, down here was, people that were, let's say, a level 1, and up here was a level 10. 10 is the ones that intimidate the heck out of you, right? You're nervous to talk to them, but they can bring the biggest growth in your team. So let's just say, for this example, that you and I, we are somewhere in the middle. We're 5s, okay? So our goal is to talk to people at our income level, our ambition level, and above. The 5s and above. Usually those are the ones that are a little bit more intimidating to talk to, but I'm here to tell you that if you prospect up, if you look for people and connect with people that you know that if they got this and they got their hands around it, they could knock it out of the park, those are going to be the kind of people that you only need a handful to go to the top of your company. So understand that when you're sponsoring, it's easy and way more comfortable, no doubt about it, way more comfortable to talk to people down here. But when we prospect up is where you get the juice, where you get the action, the energy, and the excitement. And let's move on to the next thing. Okay, here's the next thing. Why do we oftentimes not talk to the 5s and above? Here's why. We prejudge. Okay, now prejudging, it is a travesty in our profession because it knocks out all those 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 awesome leaders that you could be connecting with, because we say, oh, well, they're already super successful. Why do they need what I have? Or maybe, you know what, they're too busy. You know, we come up with all these fantastic excuses. And you know what, at the end of the day, we don't know what they're going to say. All we have to do is we have to offer it to them, okay? Remember, we've talked about if you are a waitress, right? If you've ever been to a restaurant, you've been to a Denny's, been to IHOP, we all have been, and the lady comes around and she's pouring the coffee. You want some coffee? No. You want some coffee? Yes. Okay, you want some coffee? No. Oh, okay, great. I'll come back later. Not a big deal, right? All you have to do is offer them the coffee, or in whatever case, whatever it is that you have, just offer it up to them. And that's all you have to focus on. And you know, oftentimes people will prejudge saying, oh, you know, they would never do business with me, or they already got it going on, or why do they need this? We come up with all kind of silly excuses, but you know what? We live in a day and age where, let's just be real, people are kind of surface. Like on the outside, everything could look awesome. On the outside, they might be driving, you know, a gorgeous car, living in a beautiful home, taking all these awesome trips, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Let's just be real. Sometimes people are behind the scenes and they are mortgaged to the hilt. They have a huge car payment and they're taking vacations on their home equity line of credit. So you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. They may be praying for a way out and trying to save face with the community of people that they know. So the end of the day, don't prejudge. Now, one caveat, you do want to pre-qualify. What is pre-qualification? Okay, so if you have your list, right? And you're going through it and you have some people that are on there, and of course we want to talk to 5s and above, right? But let's say you're like, okay, I have somebody, I think that they would totally say yes. I'm gonna hit them up, I'm gonna talk to them. Wonderful, okay. That's cool, we can talk to them, but definitely we want to pre-qualify them a little bit. And what does that mean exactly? If you share with them what you have, and they're like, oh, this is awesome, I totally want to do it, I'm ready to go, would they have the money to get started? Sometimes what people do when they first get going is they talk to the people that are easy to talk to, they talk to the people that they're comfortable with, and unfortunately, oftentimes, they don't have the finances to move forward if they like what they see. So not that you're going to roll everybody out, but you just want to make sure that if you're going to spend time building your business, you're going to spend time away from your family, you're going to spend time doing what you got to do to be successful, that you're focusing on people that have the power to say yes and move forward. So the last one, this is important. It's actually really, really important, because oftentimes we're so caught up with intimidation about talking to someone that we don't do it. And so here's what you have to take with you. As we finish this, as we jump off of this training, take this with you as my gift to you. Do not be attached to the outcome. All you have to do is you have to get up there and you have to swing the bat. Whether you hit the ball or not, whether they say yes or they don't say yes, not of your making, does not matter, okay? Do you remember back in the day, I'm sure you probably heard this, you know, growing up going to Sunday school, do you remember the parable of the sower and the seeds? There was someone out there, he was sowing seeds. Sowing seeds, sowing seeds. Some of the seeds fell on the rocky ground, right? And the birds came and ate it up. Some of the seeds fell on, you know, different parts of soil, and maybe they were scorched by the sun. And then some fell on fertile ground, the people that were open to an opportunity. And you know what happened with those people that were open to the opportunity, that fertile ground, the people that were ready to hear what you had to say? That yielded a return of 30, 60, and 100-fold. So you don't know who you're talking to. You don't know the soil that you're planting in. But all you have to do is sow the seed, sow the seed, sow the seed, sow the seed. And you know what? You have good seed. You have an opportunity that can change somebody's life for the better. You have the opportunity that literally you can change a generation based on what you're bringing to the table. I have seen it in my own organization. We have people, their lives will never be the same again. They just won't be the same again. Their children and their children's children will know no other way, because their parents said yes to a decision that changed their life forever. That took them from being a construction worker or a metal grinder or a hairdresser or doing something where they were making, you know, decent money and they were making a living, but they went to financial freedom. Are you with me? You have the biggest gift in your hand, and so don't take it for granted, and don't feel that you are not worthy to share it, or that that person is going to look down on you in any form or fashion, because you have a gift that can change someone's life like you wouldn't believe. Our life, when we found network marketing, we were broke, we had multiple foreclosures, we were looking for plan B, we were looking for the answer, and you know what? This was presented to us, and we're like, hey, This is the opportunity we've been praying for. We're going to run with it. And yes, will it be work? Absolutely. Of course it's going to be work, right? You're not going to get to the finish line without working, but your work will pay off. Your work will be worth it. If you put your hand to the plow and you don't look back, God is going to bless you abundantly, and you're going to change the lives of so many people in the process. So, to wrap everything up, you don't need the whole world. You just need a handful of good people that get the vision, that have influence in the marketplace. And maybe they're just getting started. Maybe they haven't led before, but you know what? If you're willing and you teach them how to lead, people that are hungry can go all the way to the top. You, my friend, can go all the way to the top. Now, there's a couple different parts of what we do. We have one part, which is active prospecting, where we're reaching out, we're connecting with people, we're being the one that's initiating, okay? And that's what we've been talking about. But there's another side of this whole thing. We're gonna turn the page. The other side is this. There's a form of what we call passive prospecting. What is passive prospecting? It's the hottest thing you've ever seen. Here's how it works. Basically, we have this platform that we're all on. We're all on social media right now, right? And so this is something that you can use towards your benefit. And what do I mean by that? I mean by using your Facebook wall and using your messaging and using the different assets that you have your hands on that are free to build your business, okay? Now, if you put a value on the marketplace, if you put things out that people are attracted to, you will be surprised. You're gonna have friends who will reach out to you who you've known for years. And maybe they even know what you're doing, but you put something that catches their attention, and then you get a private message, or then you get a comment on your post, or then you get a thumbs up. Then you have people that are initiating contact with you that want to learn more. So if you wanna learn more about how to do that, how to implement some of these things in your life, specifically attraction marketing, passive prospecting, then I have something that will help you. If you click on the link that's listed here in the description, that is going to take you to some additional information so you can learn more. You can get a little bit of a foundation of what is this whole thing and how does it work. And you know what? Here's the good news. You can go through that right now and you can start applying and building these principles into your business tonight. Like, you don't have to wait. So that is my extra bonus training for you. It's my free gift. If this added some value to you, feel free to share it. Feel free to pass it along. You might have some people in your organization that are feeling a little overwhelmed or like they have to conquer the world. You only need a handful of good people. A handful of good people. And you know what? You're going to know a few who know a few who know a few. And before you know it, you can end up with a team of hundreds and yet thousands of people. I know, because I'm living proof of that. We have been so very blessed. Over 20 six-figure earners in the organization that we have. That's all it takes. A few good people, just a few. And you know what? God has given you this opportunity. Don't waste it, my friends. He has a plan and a purpose for your life. The world needs what you have. There are going to be people whose lives will be forever changed because of what you bring their way. But if you don't share it, they may never know. They may never hear it. So it's up to you to get out there and spread the good news of hope and of freedom and of another way of thinking that can get them free financially. So that is all I have for you tonight. Guys, it's been so great spending some time with you. Take care. Be blessed. If this added some value, pass it along, and definitely feel free to get that extra bonus training by clicking on the link. So have an amazing night, and I will talk to you soon. For more great training and to receive your free MP3 download on how to attract prospects using social media, the 4 essential elements to attracting prospects, visit summergeronimo.com.